Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul and another short film analysis. And I believe, this one won Best Picture for 2016, the movies from 2016. And this is another Pixar, so you know it's gonna be quality. It's crazy, like, what a full major motion picture studio can do on their, like, spare time hours. It's like, we already, like, run the entire, like, 3D, like, CG animated film landscape. Despicable Me can make all of the money they want. We're still gonna be the champions. And it's crazy that they're just like, let's just make these. This is probably the best looking film out of all of these that I've reviewed. And I'm sure if I keep watching these Pixar ones, I might even find a better one, but god damn, this one looks fucking amazing. And it's such a short, sweet story. I love stories that involve, like, animals and nature. This one, called Piper, was about a baby bird. And this is basically just a film about being cute. And, you know, it kind of does have a message, of course. It has that warm, buttery feeling. I much prefer these feelings over films, what was Shock? Where it's just like, nah, fuck you, like, death, get the fuck out of here. Like, there's a time and place for all that, but I just need something more. And this was much better cinematography and all that than all those other films I watched. Piper is about a baby bird who is, she is trying to learn, or he, whatever, I assume it's a she, and she is being fed by the mouth from her mother bird, and the mother bird is now trying to be like, hey, this is where you actually get your food. They're on a beach. Beautiful, beautiful fucking beach. The ground, the water, it looks real, 100%. So Piper, she watches her mom, like, kind of like, pull, like, you know, food from the surface of the sand. Little, I don't know what they're eating. What is it called? I forgot the name. I forgot the word. Whatever. Trying to get food off of the sand. And, you know, Piper is like, I'll fucking try that. I'll try to eat some food off of the sand. And she tries that. And she gets hit by a fucking wave. And then the next, like, we just cut to her, like, her hair is all fucked up. And she's, like, afraid to even go near the water. It was great. But, her mom keeps trying. We get this little bit where she's, you know, playing with these little crabs. The little crab fucking pinches her beak. I thought that was really funny and cute. This is just a really fucking cute movie. The whole fucking point of it is to make you go like, nah, aw, aw. Like, that's the whole movie. Is you're just gonna be like, aw, like. But once Piper gets hit by the second wave, she opens her eyes underwater and she sees beneath the surface of the water is just a bunch of fucking, like, what are they called? Clams, whatever the fuck they are. They're just fucking all over. So she goes berserk. She doesn't give a shit about that water anymore. This is a very, you know, risk reward. We all just strive for. The whole point of our existence, seemingly, is just fight for slaps of reward onto the next one. Get through a bunch of bullshit, reward. Get through a bunch of bullshit, reward. You know, all our video games are made around that idea. Movies are kind of like all of it. It's just reward and bullshit. That's our lives, and even the animals. I was really thinking during this film, like, there's very few animals on this planet whose lives aren't not completely, but affected by humans in one way or another. Like, I remember when I was in Washington, D.C. recently, there was, like, squirrels who obviously live in the trees, like, right next to the Washington Memorial. And to them, they don't even fucking know they're, like, on this historic landmark They just know these fucking humans will throw food at them once in a while, and that's how they get their food. And that's one way of the way humans affect nature. And it's the reason I was thinking about that to begin with, because my mind was going on this tangent where it was like, okay, this is obviously a film about animals, and animals, you know, this happens all the time. There's all around us there are little stories that don't involve humans, animals who live on this fucking planet, and they go through their own, maybe not communication and, you know, sentient knowledge, but they do have lives. They still are on this planet for years doing their day-to-day whatever the hells. And we have a movie about that, a cute little short film about that, and it's fucking adorable. What I was going to say earlier, though, was Piper, following that scene where she sees all the clams, she goes berserk. She starts pulling these things out of the water. All the other birds are like, oh, hell yeah, Piper, like, let's get in. They start grubbing, and then literally it cuts to, like, it's late at night, and Piper's still not giving a fuck about the water. She's literally letting the waves hit her now just so she can have a better view of these clams. It was a really, like, sweet, aw, she went from being afraid of the water to, like, nah, I'ma fucking run this bitch. And I feel like humans are a lot similar. Like this is a corny thing to say, but it, like, reminded me how not only are humans all, like, kind of one and the same, like, but all fucking animals, all fucking sentient beings on this planet, not even sentient beings, just brain holding sacks of meat, we all work the same way. I don't know why this movie made me think about that, but it did. And it looks fucking gorgeous. Again, this little bird is great, the mama bird, the little crabs, they all look great. And the real reason, like, this looks amazing is the cinematography. I think when we're talking about animated films, a large part, like, why the animation is good. In order to have good animation, a lot of the times you need good cinematography. Like, you could draw a fucking amazing spaceship, but if I'm looking at that spaceship from an ugly ass angle and, like, I can't even see the, like, interest, I don't know why I went with spaceship, but if I can't see the fucking spaceship, then it doesn't matter if it's, like, 4K HD. It needs to look good, right? It needs to be framed well. And this entire film is framed from the perspective of a baby bird. There is never, like, a wider shot to be like, oh, but she's in this big world with the humans, like kind of in Toy Story where you're looking up at these big things. It felt much more like Arrietty, where it's like, we are this little bird. We are following this little bird, and we are kind of seen not from its first person perspective, but, like, we understand and feel, like, the shape and the scope of the world around us. She doesn't look into the sky and it's fucking, like, 1,000 more miles seemingly ahead of them. But we do, like, kind of keep it low to the ground, and the cinematography is really good. A lot of these films that I bought on YouTube, like, I feel like most of these I'm gonna be like, I feel like I'm not gonna hold that much memories about them. But this one, I really do feel I'll carry some weight with it. Really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. So yeah. I really wanted to give this one a 7, but I wasn't quite there. I think, what are the only ones I've given a 7? Time Code and the 11 o'clock. This is just under those. I'll give this one a 6. 6 out of 10 for Piper. Anyway, guys, the short film barrage continues. I'm gonna watch more films now. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow with another episode, and with that, I leave you.